What is up, guys? It's your boy Bounty here, back again with another week of predictions here within side of the NFL. We are now in week 6 of football. Last week, as y'all can see, I went 10-5. 10-5. Yeah, I went 10-5 last week. Not too bad, not too good. Timestamps are down below in the description. If you want to go click on it, find your favorite team, whatever. If you want to see the Eagles game, should be down there. If y'all are watching the video, shout out to the Noti gang. Ooh, cool. I hope y'all didn't hear that, like, motorcycle going across like 90 miles per hour. But yeah, dude, timestamp should be in the description if you want to go see your favorite game. But you know, let's not wait any longer. Let's get right into the predictions. With the first prediction here, guys, we have the 2-3 New York Giants facing off against the 5-0 New England Patriots. I was going to pick the 2-3 Giants on the upset tomorrow, but the Patriots are home. They are 5-0. If you guys are wondering why would you pick the Giants to win this match, mainly just because of history. Because it always seems like the Giants are the uber underdog in this match, but always end up like beating the Patriots. But I think the Patriots are just too good of a team to get beaten by these 2-3 Giants, who look good 2 weeks and then get blown out pretty bad by the Vikings. I predicted them winning, but they got blown out. So yeah, give me the Patriots 27-17 Thursday night game. Next off here, guys, we have the 9:30 a.m. game with the Carolina Panthers facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in London. That's why the game is so early, listed at 9:30 a.m. So if y'all want to watch this, you might have to wake up earlier than you guys normally do. But I don't think this is like much of a playoff contention game. So I mean, maybe stay in bed. But I do have the Buccaneers pulling this one out, even though the Panthers won last week, the Bucs lost last week. Just mainly because of the strength of the schedule. I think the Bucs are just more of a well-balanced team. Their defense is really good, so I think they'll be able to hold Kyle Allen. I mean, Kyle Allen, I think he has an undefeated record as quarterback for the Panthers, but I think this will be his first loss. They're listed as the away team, but technically they have like the same advantage, probably because, you know, London fans aren't as biased towards one team. You know, if it's as home or away. I don't know if that made any sense, but give me the Buccaneers. I'll go 20-13, lower scoring game for this one. Next off here, guys, we have our first 1 o'clock game, which is the Trash Bowl, the 0-5 Washington Redskins facing off against the 0-4 Miami Dolphins here in Miami. This one, you can literally pick whoever you want. Who knows who's even going to perform? Like I said, probably not the game you want to spend your Sunday watching unless you're a fan of one of these teams, which I feel sorry for you guys. But, you know, give me the Redskins. They're a little less trash, I think. Like I said, I haven't been watching these teams just because they're so bad. But I think the Redskins are a little less trash from what I've heard. At least putting up more of a fight than the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are trying to get the #1 seed more. Who knows? It might end up in a tie 0-0. But I think the Redskins will be able to win this. Probably the only time I'll say this year. But yeah, give me the Redskins 24-17. And with our next 1 o'clock game, we have the 4-1 New Orleans Saints traveling to Jacksonville to face off against the 2-3 Jaguars. In this game, I was thinking about picking the Jaguars just because of Minshew magic, but he did let me down last week. The Saints have been rolling. Who did they beat? They beat the Cowboys, surprisingly, and this is all with their backup quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. So, I mean, props to him, man. He's 3-0 as a starter. You know, facing difficult teams, you know. Just props to Teddy. I think they'll be able to beat the Jaguars. I don't know why. I think the Jaguars are going to make it close. But I don't know. A gut feeling's telling me to pick the Jags. I'll stick with the Saints, though, guys. But if the Jags win, you know, you heard it here first, guys. But I'll pick the Saints. 20-17. Surprisingly close, guys. Next game we have here is the 0-5 Bengals traveling to Baltimore to face off against the 3-2 Ravens. And in this game, I have the Ravens just mainly winning because they're just plainly the better team. I mean, 3-2 record. They have been rusty as of recent, going 1-2 in their past 3 games, almost losing to the Steelers last week. The Bengals faced a garbage, I mean, no offense, but a pretty bad Cardinals team, lost to them at home. They're probably one of the worst teams in the league right now. Probably second behind the Dolphins, I would say. Like I said, 0-5 record shows it. All of the Ravens winning this one. I don't think it'll be a close game. You know, they're at home, so you know their crowd's gonna be cheering them on. I'll say it's gonna be 31-10, guys. 31-10 Ravens win. And with our next game, we have the 4-1 Seattle Seahawks going to Cleveland to face off against the 2-3 Browns. And in this game, I have the Seahawks barely winning here. The only reason why I say barely against the 2-3 Browns is just because the Browns are fighting for so much at home. Because the Browns were expected to be like one of the best teams in the league, and starting off 2-3, going to possibly 2-4 after they lose would be really big. So this is like a must-win for the Browns. And for the Seahawks, like it's not really a must-win, but you know if they want to be considered one of the best teams in the NFC, they're gonna have to beat the Browns or get a #1 seed. You know, best team in the NFC. So I do have the Seahawks winning in this game. You know, I feel like they're just the better team, and even with home field advantage and having so much to play for, I feel like the Seahawks are just more clutch in these moments. I do think it'll be a really close game, though. Probably, maybe even the game of the week. I think this game will possibly go into overtime. I mean, it could be a blowout as well, like the Browns. Like, the Browns got blew out on Monday, and they have a short week with just playing on Monday. So, yeah, actually give me the Seahawks by a little bit more then. Maybe like, I'll say 31-21. Seahawks win. And with my 1 o'clock game to watch, we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Minnesota to face the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams are 3-2. Both have a lot on the line here within the NFC. The Vikings are 3-2 and currently last place within the NFC North. So if they want to have a chance in the very tightly contested NFC North, this is a must-win game for them at home against another team in the NFC, the Eagles, who have a lot to play for. Because if the Eagles lose in this game, they lose their first-place position in the NFC East, isn't it, right? Yeah, NFC East. So this is a big game for both of the teams. I think this will be definitely the most hard-fought game here. Definitely watch it, guys. If you have it on or if you can turn it on, definitely turn on this game if you're a football fan. Two really good teams going to be going at it for NFC dominance or just division dominance like the Vikings are playing for. So, yeah, very tightly contested game. Just with the struggles that the Vikings have had internally, I think I'm going to pick the Eagles with this one. This could go either way, but I think the Eagles are just more put together, and they're going on a run. Like, the Vikings won last week against the Giants, but that doesn't mean a whole lot because the Giants are bad. But, yeah, I think the Eagles have this one. I'll go 21-17 Eagles. And if you guys are a fan of the teams in the AFC, definitely watch this game. This is the best game between two AFC teams, in my opinion. We have the 3-2 Texans facing off against the 4-1 Chiefs. The Chiefs are at home at Arrowhead. This is a big game for both of them, mainly because the Chiefs, coming off of a loss, expected to be the best team in the league, losing to the Colts at home in prime time. So they have a lot to prove if they want to maintain the best team in the AFC title. And for the Texans, they are in a very tightly contested AFC South. So the Texans, if they lose, they could drop to 4th place. They could drop to dead last. Because right now the Texans are in 1st place, but the last place team, Titans, are 2-3. So if every team in the AFC South wins and they lose, they're in 4th place. But the Chiefs, this is also a big game for them because, yeah, if they lose, then they will not be one of the top contested teams in the AFC. And in 2 weeks, they go and play my Green Bay Packers, which I hope my Packers beat them. And then, yeah, they could be down to as low as, what, 4-3? So they definitely don't want that. This is a must-win game for the Chiefs. If the Chiefs don't win the Texans, I think they're dropping a lot in the power rankings. But with that being said, I think the Chiefs are going to play real hard knowing this. I think it's going to be a good performance for Pat Mahomes just because he had a really bad game. So he's going to go extra hard in practice, all that good stuff. Give me the Chiefs. 41-31. High-scoring game. Two good quarterbacks. And with our first 405 game, a really weird game. The 1-4 Falcons facing off against the 1-3-1 Cardinals. This is definitely not the game I would watch. I would watch the 49ers and Rams, no question. Divisional rivals, very big game. Watch the other 405 game. This Falcons-Cardinals game, I'm just going to tell you now, it's going to be really sloppy. The Falcons were supposed to be contenders for the Super Bowl. Not really the Super Bowl, but at least for the playoffs. They're looking really bad at 1-4. The Cardinals have a better record than them, and they're at home. I don't know if they have the spread, though, just because, like, they're just not the better team on paper. I think the Falcons will put it together for at least a week, get a win. Their offense is really good. The Cardinals' defense is not really. Cardinals don't have anything good on their team. The only team they beat was the Bengals, which are 0-5. So, yeah, give me the Falcons on this one. Don't watch this game, guys. Not going to be entertaining. Definitely watch the 49ers-Rams on at the same time. But give me the Falcons. High-scoring game as well as the last one. 35-21 final score in favor of the Falcons. And with our 405 game that I would definitely recommend watching, we have the 4-0 49ers facing off against the 3-2 Rams. And this, even though listed as a home game for the Rams, I think there's going to be more 49ers fans in attendance just because the 49ers have a bigger fan base. And it's in the same state. If you guys don't know, Rams and Niners play both in California. So I think more 49ers fans will show up. So pretty much just list it as a 49ers home game. Yeah, they're both going to fight because the 49ers have a lot to prove because right now they're really low ranked in the power rankings, even though there's only two undefeated teams. Them, the 49ers, and the Patriots. So they're fighting to be, like, just prove themselves that they deserve to be undefeated because right now they haven't played very many good teams. That's why no one respects them. But if they beat a solid team like the Rams at the Rams home, they'll get quite a bit of respect and move up quite a bit in the power rankings. And the Rams, they have a lot to prove as well because they're falling in the NFC West. They're in third place right now, and even if this game doesn't move them up a spot, it keeps them in the race if they beat the 49ers. So this one is a really tough one to predict just because both teams are fighting for so much. The 49ers to prove they're a good team and they deserve the title of being undefeated, and the Rams just because they had so much expectation coming into the season. Right now they're slipping. If they can regain momentum, then they too will be more respected and have a good shot of making the playoffs. So with that being said, dude, this is so hard to pick. I'll pick the 49ers winning this one, to be honest. Just because, even though I don't want the 49ers to win, I think they just have more momentum. And like I said, it'll pretty much be a home game for them, even though it's listed as a Rams home game and being played at the Rams Stadium. Give me the 49ers 28-24. And now with our first 425 game, we have the Tennessee Titans going to Denver to face off against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos being as 1-4 and the Titans being listed as 2-3. Even though the Broncos may be listed as the underdogs, like I said, haven't checked the spread yet, but I think the Broncos are the underdogs for this game. I would choose the Broncos winning. Last week, who called it? I called the Broncos getting their first win on the road against a decent divisional rival in the Chargers. I called it. I'm calling it again. The Broncos are going on a back-to-back winning streak because they want to get back in the playoff race. I've even counted them out at 4-0. That no way they're going to make the playoffs. But I think they're going to make a solid run here within the next couple games. First off, beating the Chargers, like I called. Second off, beating a pretty bad Titans team. Not facing many good teams the Titans have. Titans are 2-3, pretty bad record, actually very bad record. Yeah, I think the Broncos will pick it back up, move to 2-4, possibly get back to 500. If they make it to 500, I think they got a good chance to make the playoffs. So give me the Broncos, low-scoring match, just because both got both got bad offenses. Broncos got a really good defense, which is going to overpower the Titans' defense. So the Broncos will score more, which means they'll win. Give me the Broncos 17-14. Next off, we have the 3-2 Dallas Cowboys going to New York to face, well, technically New Jersey, but going to New Jersey to face the 0-4 New York Jets. The Dallas Cowboys can only beat bad teams. After being beat at home by my Green Bay Packers last week, I think the Cowboys we'll call it a rebound, but pretty much are just playing a bad team, so they're pretty much guaranteed to win. The Jets, I think, will have Sam Darnold back. He's back from having mono. I don't think that'll help them much. Like I said, just upgrading their quarterback a little. Dallas, hoping to get back on track after back-to-back L's. Hopefully, well, not hopefully the Dallas Cowboys win. Actually, I want to see them lose. But the Dallas Cowboys will most likely win just because they're playing a very bad team. So, give me the Cowboys. Their offense is going to get back on track after being shut out in the first half of last game and only scoring 10 points 2 games ago. Look for the Cowboys offense to get back on track against a very horrid Jets team and defense. Yeah, give me the Jets, or the Jets. What am I saying? I'll never say that this season. Give me the Cowboys, 31-3. And with our final game on Sunday, the 8:20 p.m. game Sunday night, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going to San Diego to play the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers at 2-3, the Steelers at 1-4. In this game, I have the Steelers as the underdogs going in to San Diego to take the win. As much as I don't wanna say it, I think the Steelers are gonna win. I don't even know who the Steelers have at quarterback now. I don't think they'll have Rudolph back for this game. Looked like a pretty bad injury, but the Steelers kept in it last week. Almost beating the Ravens, taking it into overtime. Chargers taking a loss at home to a team who was 0-4. In the Broncos. So Steelers not really with the momentum, but just less down than the Chargers. So give me the Steelers. Low scoring game. Like I said, both offenses have been looking very mediocre. But give me the Steelers 20-13. And with our final game of week 6, we have the Detroit Football Lions heading to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin to face off against the 4-1 Packers. The Lions are 2-1-1 facing off against the 4-1 Packers. You might be asking, Ben, why are you so excited for this game, you know? But, you know, most of you guys know that I'm a Packers fan, but this will be my first time actually ever going to Lambeau Field. If you guys don't know, I live in Michigan, but I don't know if I'm closer to Green Bay than Detroit. Probably by fair I am. But this is my first time ever going to Lambeau for my birthday present. My birthday isn't on that Monday. It's 2 weeks from then. But there's no game then. So we're just going to this game because it's the closest and bestest. So, I will definitely be rooting for the Packers there. I have the Packers winning. Even though the Lions are coming off of a bye week, the Packers look so dominant against Dallas, in Dallas. It's really hard to pick against them, to be honest. Without Devontae Adams, their #1 wide receiver, it's really hard to pick against the Packers getting all their weapons back, and they still ended up scoring 34 points against a very well-rounded defense. I know the Lions have a really good defense too, so, dude, it's going to be really... I don't know. Like, a lot of people are saying it'll be close. Like, I mean, since I'm going there, to be honest, I hope it's kind of close. So, like, if it's a blowout, that'll be cool as well. As long as the Packers win, I'll be happy. As long as they don't get blown out, you know. All the Lions fans are so excited because they beat the Packers 4 times in a row. You know, most of the times without Aaron Rodgers. But, you know, hopefully we'll take a win here. I think that's a pretty given chance that we win here on Monday night. I'm just super excited to go, guys. Let me know how you think I'll do this week. Comment down below what picks you guys have. I did go 10-5 last week, so that's pretty hype. But I'm super hyped to go to the Packers game as well. I might do a vlog on that. I'm not sure. I'll probably do at least like a live stream, like either in the hotel or at the Packers game, you know, just pre-game, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. But I'm super excited for week 6. Hopefully I do pretty well. Hoping to get at least 10 wins this week. Hoping to get at least 20 wins in 2 weeks, you know. Like I said, this is BenBomb12, everybody. Use code BenBomb12 in the item shop if you guys play Fortnite. Most of you don't anymore. But, you know, yeah. Hopefully I get all these right. I know I won't. But, yeah, this is BenBomb12 signing out, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out, guys.